Good morning, everybody, here on October 17th here. Very special birthday to a friend today. And also, welcome to Trading Within the Box here. First of all, this is not a recommendation to buy, sell, or hold any stocks, forex, futures, or equities, or any options in the stock market. If you'd like to trade stocks or do so, please contact a licensed professional or the brokerage house of your choice, and they will help you there. Okay, let's get to it here today. Okay, so we're at Tuesday here on October 17th at 11:41 a.m. First of all, like, subscribe, and share my channel if you like the content, and I hope everything here helps you in trading patterns. Okay, and also we're looking at what's going on in the markets right now. Okay, so trading within the box, as my channel always is called, right here on the S&P 500 on the daily chart here, as we're looking at. Now we have a consolidation here. Okay, remember what's happening here. Now we're at the top of the consolidation. We need to get the breakout. And then we could head up to this area right here. Now we had good volume. As we look at the volume now, when we came up with, let's go over the volume here. On October 6th, we came up with 113 million shares going into 104 and 82. Okay, so it's looking pretty good. If we break out this consolidation, that we can head up to the top of this range here, 443.88, and then possibly 446.67. Okay. Now, nothing's ever guaranteed. I've seen markets flip and then go the other way, where you had an M formation here, and then boom, we start heading down again. Okay, that could very well happen too. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen, because let's go over to a 45-minute chart and see what's actually happening this morning. Okay, so what happened yesterday? Okay, so this area right here is pre-market and aftermarket right here. Okay, so this is pre-market. This is aftermarket. Okay, this is yesterday's trading. Okay, and the S&P 500 on the 45-minute chart. So we slammed into resistance. Now making another attempt into resistance here right now. So we are trading within the box here. We have to get a breakout to see if we're going to start running. Okay, so right now, we said, remember, we want to see if this pulls back and holds a higher low. Okay, so far it has. So far it had the engulfing, but we're heading up to the range. Now I want to see this pull back or just stop here and then start heading up, and then boom, we start heading off to the races, and we start getting another trend going up. Okay, so that's something that we're going to have to keep watching. And we'll watch it very close, because we do, so far today, we have an engulfing on the S&P 500 on the daily chart. Market quick, then we're going to go over some stocks and some different stocks today. Okay, we do now on the daily chart. What happened here? We have the W with the breakout on the bank basket right here. Yesterday we had it. Capitulation sold off a little bit. Now we're getting an engulfing. We're getting buying. Okay, we're getting buying with the banks. Okay, so when we look at the banks, let's look at the leader, Goldman Sachs. Okay, and Goldman's weak. Okay, Goldman's weak. J.P. Morgan, and you look at the bank basket. That we had the capitulation candlestick, and right there. But what always happens, remember, what always happens to these monster sticks, okay? You'll get it, you'll get the capitulation, sell off, you'll come back to support, then you'll retest it. It's like a magnet, okay? And we've gone over that many times, okay? IWM, really fast, we're just trying to look at the markets and see. Now, IWM, here we go, trading within the box right now. Again, what do we have? We had support right here, right there. Okay, came back to support with a little bit of lighter volume, came back up yesterday, and boom, we got the engulfing today so far. Now, we do have good volume here so far today. Okay, they're heading up. Okay, when we looked at the morning buying, now watch this. Let's go over the 2-hour chart. What were they doing in the pre-market? Okay, they were buying in the pre-market. Okay, they were buying. So we had the sideways consolidation overnight and then into the morning here. Then we had, boom, we get the engulfing. Okay, so now we have good volume increasing on the speculators. So very well could be changing trend now. Now we're going up. Okay, so look at this beautiful W on the 2-hour chart with the engulfing right there with good volume right there, heading up to the next level of resistance, which is going to be right at the top of this range, which is right here at 176.74. Right now you're at 175.89. Okay. So that's something that we got to keep watching and keep our close eye on. But we do have banks and the speculators buying right now. S&P looks like we have a nice engulfing. We got to get out of that range. Okay, let's see what increasing volume happens. Okay, there. Now, next up, right now. Okay, let's go over to the SMH really fast. We're still seeing what this market's doing now. Look at this. Now on the 2-hour chart, we have bullish signs here. Okay, we have bullish signs here. And we go over to the daily chart, and we can't see it yet. Okay, but as we go over to the smaller time frames, what do we have? We have a little bit of volume. We're going to get slam into this area, or we're going to go up, or we're going to head back and then go up. Okay, so let's see what happens on the SMH. Okay, so we're trying to decipher if this trend has changed now into a complete uptrend. Okay, HD. Let's go over to, a lot of people asking for Home Depot because remember what I said about 2 weeks ago or so, when you have these massive sell-offs and you come to support, you're gonna get the bounce. Okay, and we got the bounce. Now we come back, we get the W. Now we don't have conviction here yet for an uptrend yet. Okay, we do have this, we can get this, and then we can start getting this. We get over the 20-day moving average, and then we start heading up. Then we get change of trend. Okay, so that's something that you got to look at. Caterpillar. Let's go over to Caterpillar right now, and Caterpillar engulfing so far, but this could change. This could be a capitulation sell-off like this. That could always happen, or you could just get it and just keep going. We get a beautiful engulfing. We're off to the races. Okay, right now on Caterpillar, just keep in mind that on October 26th, we have earnings, okay? So that's something, they're probably building a little bit of a cushion for the earnings, okay? Let's go over the 2-hour chart on Caterpillar. Now, Caterpillar, look at the beautiful volume here on the 2-hour chart. What were they doing, okay, in the pre-market? Let's go to the pre-market. What were they doing? They were buying. They were buying right there, the pre-market, okay? So that was the sign. Over the moving average on the 2-hour chart, boom. Now we slam into resistance. Let's see if we hold. Let's see if we hold this, or if we sell off, we come back, and then we go, okay? Let's see. Okay, so now Caterpillar looking good. Let's go to 4-hour chart. Look at the beautiful, beautiful engulfing on the 4-hour chart, okay? Look at that beauty. Look at that W formation for a buy signal right there. Boom, engulfing up, okay? Nice volume. Where are the sellers? Nowhere to be found right now, okay? Let's go over to 45-minute chart. And as Richard Dawson used to say, my favorite TV show host years ago, survey says what? Boom. Up. Buying. Caterpillar. Buying, right? This is October 17th here, okay? Now, we'll go over to the Tesla. If you want to know about Tesla, let's go over to Tesla. Take a look at it. Now, on Tesla, we got earnings tomorrow, okay? So this is something that I wouldn't be in. If you have your profit that you made from down here, from September 27th and September 28th or so, or actually even October 2nd, and you took some of your profits and you're drifting back, I'd be very careful here. Just be careful because you're in earnings, okay? You're in earnings. Now, look at the engulfing buying here. Now, this could change, okay, because you got earnings. Be very careful here. But we got support, comes back to support. They didn't sell it. What are they doing? They're buying it right now. Okay, they're buying Tesla right now. But we have to be very careful because we got that earnings, right? Got the earnings tomorrow, which will be right around here somewhere. Okay, so we got to be careful and watch this closely. Let's see what happens after the earning call. Okay? Because it doesn't mean anything. It looks like it's a buy, but it could be a fake out, it could be a trick, okay? So always remember that sometimes something looks incredible and there's a sell-off coming right behind it, okay? Look how incredible this one looked And then we went into resistance, and bam, we sold right off. Okay, that's something that you always have to know actually what's happening. Okay, especially with Tesla. Okay, because it's such a high volume stock. And NVIDIA. Let's go over to NVIDIA. People asking about NVIDIA, and right here, look at this right now. Okay, so we get the capitulation. We get to support. Now, where was support? Right there. Right in that spot, right there. We get the capitulation candlestick, okay? Right there. Got the capitulation candlestick. Come back to support, come up, back, and then let's see if we get the W. Okay, let's see. Now we have a stochastic heading down so far, so we have some pressure a little bit. We have some pressure. Let's go over to the weekly chart and see what was happening with NVIDIA. Now, NVIDIA on the weekly chart is trading within the box, okay? Right there. Trading within the box. So we do have pressure in this area right here, okay, on NVIDIA, right there. So we got some short sellers up there, so we got to be very careful, okay? Remember to, let's go over the 2-hour chart on NVIDIA. Remember, too, what's happening here, too, okay? You came down and you're below the moving average on a 2-hour chart, so this could come up, possibly, and then fail, okay? Or it could just start running, okay? So let's be careful with NVIDIA. Let's watch it. Good, this is something that we just got to watch. Now we just have to be careful because we could head down, we could get this kind of thing and then back down and head back down to this support. I'm sorry, my line is just horrible today here. We could head down to this area right there. Okay, right there. Okay. So that's something that we got to watch. We went over Home Depot already. Let's go over Apple because people looking at Apple and people want to know what's going on with Apple. As we look at Apple here, okay, we hit a major demand area. Okay, that's where my line was drawn, okay? Let's go over to a 2-hour chart and see what's happening with Apple. So Apple right now is still under the moving average on the 2-hour chart. So see how we had the trend on the 2-hour chart? It should start building trend. See the trend? Right here, that's trend, okay? Those are trend buys, okay? Look at the channel. See the channel. Okay, you look at the channel, and the channel goes up into that area, okay? And then it broke the channel right there when the sell-off, okay? So that's something that you have to always look for and also know where the trend is, okay, on the small time frame. Let's look at a 45-minute chart, and on a 45-minute chart, we get a bounce, but we're in resistance with dying volume. So let's see what happens if we get a retest. So we do have capitulation off, but let's see if we get something like this and then the retest. Then we could start heading up. Let's see what happens in Apple. Right now in Apple, we do have pressure a little bit with the stochastic to the downside here. On Apple, let's look at a weekly chart because I want to show you what's happening here. Now we have a crossover. We're in the sweet spot for a buy here, okay, for to start going back up again. So let's see how it's gonna pan out on the small time frames with Apple. Okay, we had a capitulation candlestick on the 4-hour chart. Let's see if we hold that. So if we hold this and then we start getting the buying, then we can start heading up into this area. This will be trading within the box again. And then we want to see if it starts going like that, and then we get the trend, okay, to back up. Okay, let's see if that's going to happen on Apple. So now, on Duke Energy. So Duke Energy I wanted to go over because a lot of people were asking about Duke Energy for a while here. So look at this, okay, we come down, we get the W, and we got the engulf, okay. Now we come up. And we hold. Now we're holding the 9-day moving average, okay? We're holding the 9-day moving average on Duke Energy. So we need, right, you see this engulfing candlesticks that's right there? We need to place that here. We want to see if we're going to be off to the races, okay? We want to see that. Now, this could happen too. You can get this, and M, and then down, okay? That can happen too. But let's see what's happening on the lower time frames, okay? Now in Duke Energy, it's holding the 20-day moving average on the 2-hour chart, but it hasn't got out of the range, trading within the box, okay? It hasn't gotten out of the range. You see it right there. So let's see. We need to break out of the range here to see what's going to happen. Now, we have a high volume stick, which they do like to test right up here. Okay, so let's see if we go test that. Okay, let's see if we go test that. Now, let's also go to a low time frame. Let's go to a 15-minute chart and see if we have any trend building. And no, not yet. We don't. Okay, so it's something we have to watch and look at. Let's go over to 5-minute chart and see what they're doing today. In a day trade, they came off the bottom here off of support. Okay, came off a beautiful support area at 88.64. Okay, so that's the bounce. Okay, so as you look at what happened, it magnetized back right to this point with this monster volume stick. Came back to support and it tested that. And there it is right now. And they're taking profit. That's the day trade. Okay. That was the day trade today. Okay. So that's something that now watch the pennant formation on the daily chart on Duke Energy. We got the pennant formation. Okay. Look at the pennant formation right there. So let's see. Okay. We love the squeeze play here. Let's see if we're going to get squeezed this way or if we're going to squeeze this way. Okay. Let's look at the volume analysis. Okay. As we got into these areas, when we pushed up with 2.659 million shares. Okay, and we're into this candlestick with 4.49. So that's why we sold off right there. Right there, we had 2.659 million shares going into almost 4 here, 3.9. And then here, 4.49 million. So that's why you got the pressure of the sell-off. Well, it wasn't a sell-off. It was a pullback, okay? So that was the situation with the Duke Energy. Let's go over to the metals. Now, the metal market, look at GDX. Now, look at the gold right now, okay? The gold miners, okay? We're going into resistance right now, okay? So if you're going to go chase this trade, you got to wait, okay, until it starts to break out. Right now, what happened was we came off a support area, a beautiful area, and we just started coming up. We got the W, then boom. Now we got boom, we come up again. Now, we had nice volume here on October 13th. We had beautiful volume at 34 million shares, okay? Going into swing point with 22, going into another swing point with 14.52. So this is looking nice right now on the GDX, okay? Coming off the bottom here. And this is no surprise because we did go over this. Remember what we had said, okay? With 1, 2, 3, 4. We had 5 peaks, okay? So we're exhausted. The selling is exhausted. Now, when you look at the volume as we came down to the bottom, what do you see? Now, when you came down to these areas and they bought a little bit, what did you see there? Okay. What did you see there? You didn't see much, okay? You didn't see much. But now, what do you see? A building of accumulation. You see a little bit of a building of accumulation here. Okay. Let's see if this holds this little trend or if it fails. Let's see what happens here. Now, that's something that you're going to have to keep watching. Now, Verizon, let's go over Verizon really quick. And this was a nice rope of strength, okay? That's what I call this, a rope of strength, because look how solid, look how strong this is on the 2-hour chart. Okay, when you came down and you were at support, you had to clear this area. We were trading within the box right here, okay? Now we had to get up and above. We get up and above, comes back to support. Capitulation, you know they're buying it back. They're not selling it off, okay? You come back up to resistance, you come back, you get capitulation right here, and you get the buying again. Comes back to resistance, and then comes back to support. Your starting point again is right here. Now you get consolidation here of accumulation. Okay, right here in this spot. Then you get the engulfing into resistance, come back down, you hold. You come back to resistance, now you came back, then bought again. So this is strength. That's what Apple was doing when we were getting the run on Apple. Okay, that's what Apple was doing. Now, as we go into, what are we going into always remember what I tell you about the volume sticks, the monster volume sticks. Okay, now that was right in this area to this area right here. What is that doing right now? Okay, what is it doing? It's going right to it as a magnet. You came back, you had the W, boom, you get the engulfing, you come into resistance, you hold, you come up above, it holds the line. We get the crossover the 9-day into the 20-day, okay, through it. So now we have trend, right? We have a sideways break step up pattern, okay, coming into these areas. Now, you're coming into massive volume coming down. So you got to be careful once you get into the 244 range. It's 241.40 right now. That to take your profit if you're in Verizon. Okay, that's something that you got to watch. Be careful with that. Now look at Disney. Remember I was telling Disney about a few months ago. We were talking about this massive downturn with Disney. Now look at Disney making a little bit of a trend change here. Okay, on the daily chart. Now look. We came off the bottom and nobody knew anything here. Okay. But what we broke this trend, right? This little trend right here, came up to resistance, came back to support. Now, if we get up, boom, we're gonna go to 89.13. Okay, that's something that you might want to follow as one of your stocks to watch. Look at Disney. Look at Disney going up. Okay, look at Disney with the nice buying volume. Look at Disney with not much selling volume right now. So what do we have here? Let's go to a 15-minute chart. Okay. Look at the 15-minute chart. Now, you're going to get pullbacks. You're going to get the pullback. You had the pullback when? This morning in the pre-market. Boom. We come back in. We come back down. And now we're holding. We're crawling up. We're crawling up. So they were buying that. Okay. That's something that they were buying. Let's go over to Amgen really quick. Amgen... sorry, that's a weekly chart. Let's go over to the daily chart on Amgen, and what do we see? We go into that area. Boom, we slam right into resistance. Now we're going to get the pullback. Now, it broke above and had the breakout right there. Okay, it broke above, had the breakout, comes up, breaks through the resistance area, comes up. Now we're getting profit taking for a pullback, okay? So we want to see on Amgen if we can get this to hold and then go back up again, because it's something that we would want to keep. Sorry about that. We want to keep looking at on Amgen. Okay, let's go to the U.S. dollar and UUP, and right now here we go. So we had the strength of the dollar with this huge monster, like Apple was a power stock. Look at this. That's called strength. Okay, now this is called right here, a little bit of a breakup. Okay, so what's happening here now? We're getting a little bit of a breakup, and then boom, boom, and then boom, and then the GLD, right, which is gold, the GDX, okay, the miners, the silver, SLV, okay. What's going to happen is those are going to start heading up. And I told you about a few weeks ago, gold is going to get ready to make a move. Okay, I have that in one of my other videos. Okay, so that's something that you want to keep watching. Now here on silver, was pretty strong at one point here. So now we're going into some selling points. We're going into the selling points soon, and we got dying volume here. Okay, we have dying volume coming up into this spot right here, okay, which is the supply area, okay, which is where the selling was, okay. The TLT, which is the 20-year bond, again, retesting now support, okay. The TBT, okay, is now heading up and going into resistance now with light volume, okay. So this is something that we have to be careful. This could be distribution of that. Okay, going down. Now on the TLT, this might just be a trade. Okay, might just be a trade at one point here, but we could be basing here. Okay, let's see if we're basing here for a move. Okay, let's see. Now we're trading within the box here, and we had dojis coming back. Okay, we had dojis coming back, and let's see if we get an engulfing and we start heading up a little bit. That's something that we'll have to see. Copper, FCX, which is Freeport-McMoRan. Okay. And we're basing here. Okay, we're basing right now. Okay, this is right in this spot right there. Okay, look how we're trading within the box again. Okay. With that said, I just want to thank everybody for coming. Hope everybody has a great week in trading. Let's watch and be careful and watch the stocks that we've been going over. I don't think I went over Microsoft. Let me just do Microsoft really quick before we cut it here. And on Microsoft, we have the consolidation now, okay? Somebody was asking me earlier on today about Microsoft, and we have the consolidation here. Okay, now on Microsoft, let's go over 2-hour chart really quick here. And what do we got going on? Same thing, okay? We have less volume, okay, going into this area right now. So let's see what's going to happen here, okay? This was a good trade only right there to here. And then I would take the profit. If you're in a day trade on Microsoft, let's say to the 15-minute chart, okay? Let's say you were in a day trade on Microsoft here, okay? You were coming off a support right there today, this morning, okay? You're coming up and now you're holding above. Now you have a break step, but you have declining volume. Now you can inch up here a little bit. You could keep inching up. So watch this closely on a day trade, okay? Now, we do have a little bit of an engulfing off of the, but we have very low volume during the daytime here. But we have a sideways consolidation with an engulfing. So that means they're holding the line here on Microsoft, okay? And let's see if we can get it up. Let's see if we can get it up and above here. If we get it up and above from the pre-market trading, we could start heading up to the 335 range. Let's see what happens. Okay, that's going to be something to think about. Let's go over to 2-minute chart holding the line. Okay, and an engulfing, and now we're going to pull back here because we're in resistance right now. So for a day trade, the support was here, the resistance is right there. Okay, that's if you're working off a 1 or 2 minute chart. Okay, thank you for coming. Please like, subscribe, share my channel. Thank you for coming to Trading Within the Box here on October 17th. Have a wonderful week. Have a wonderful day, and hope everything goes well for you.